Haven't had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in a long time. Imagine this, if you will, for one moment. Let's say you just won the lottery. You just won. And you won $3.5 million. It's a local lottery, nothing crazy. Just $3.5 million, enough to make your life significantly easier. But then they say, well, actually, you were supposed to win $6 million. You're supposed to win $6 million, but we taxed you. That's basically what happened with the Epstein files. 3.5 million pages. When I saw this, I had assumed that this was it. This was the end of everything. 3.5 million, that's a closed, set, done case deal. We are doing it. It is fine. That's the number that landed in headlines. That is the number that made people's eyes glaze over, triggered mental gymnastics, and everyone said big number automatically translates to thorough job. You say, oh yeah, I did 6 million reports. Johnson, there were 37 billion reports. You only did 6 million out of 37 billion. You have a lot more work to do. And I know how your brain works. It's confronted with scale. That's huge. It's enormous. It's gigantic. You hear a million and think, whoa, big number. You hear a billion and trillion, and you think those numbers are not too far from a million because our brains can't calculate scale that well. And that's completely understandable. I know a lot of people think that the difference between 10,000 and 100,000 isn't really that much. But when your brain's confronted with that big scale, it does what it's evolved to do. It conserves energy. It stops asking questions. See, it's a very fun phenomenon that happens when your nervous system encounters words that are damaging to you. Trafficked, predator, all these evil words. It goes in and it lives inside your brain. Your brain, continually overstimulated with this access to these evil things, becomes accustomed to it. You are actually normalizing the darkness within your consciousness over and over again. So you think of it as less of a big deal. Hence why this information didn't cause that big of a riot, because it's so much overload of information, because it doesn't matter. We're already getting all this negative news. What's more negative news on the dog pile? A little bit like being with an abusive partner. They start off a little bit abusive, then over time they add on extra things, and over time now he's cheating, manipulative, he steals your credit card, he's actually trying to hit on your mother, and you just say, well, at least he took me out for Valentine's Day. And that's pretty much what they're doing with us. They're treating us as if we're in a very abusive relationship because we're never getting the rest of those Epstein files. The DOJ has stated they are not releasing another thing. Nothing. This right here, they're not releasing a single thing else. We released it all. This is it. Despite the fact that there are 2.5 million more files, we're not getting anything. I mean, with this many pages, surely everything that needs to be seen has been seen. Right? I think that's exactly what people are counting on, or at least the people at the top, that what they're counting on, that this will be enough. Because here's the question that big numbers was, that exact reaction is what they want from us. That's just what they crave. It's what they care about. Because here's the question that big numbers was designed to smother. Why were there 6 million pages to begin with? And why are nearly half, and I do mean this, half of them suddenly, conveniently, administratively unreachable now that accountability is knocking? Is that transparency? I don't think that's transparency. It doesn't feel like transparency. Feels like you're hiding something. Feels like you're hiding something crazy to me. I've said this multiple times. They are trying to distract us with noise. So much stimulus that it overloads your brain. It's much like, if you've seen Jujutsu Kaisen, Infinite Void. It overstimulates you. You can't move. You're flooded with so much information that you're stun locked. Strategic flooding of the public square with so much paper that scrutiny drowns before it can learn to swim. Volume is the shield with this administration over and over again. Who's doing this? Is it Trump? Is it Pam Bondi? Well, it's all of them. It's a combination of all of them. Think of anyone who's going to ask, well, what about the rest of the files? We already released 3.5 million. But what about the rest of them? We already released 3.5 million. Get through those first. No, the law, the Transparency Act, said you have to release all the files. You have to release all of them. Please do that. Anybody who wonders whose names are in the withheld files gets framed as unreasonable, impatient. Oh, you're conspiratorial. This is ridiculous. As if the problem is their curiosity rather than the absence the curiosity is trying to illuminate. This is ridiculous. I hate this so much. You and I both know that outrage has a shelf life. We know this. People have to pay rent, children to raise, brains that can only hold so much horror before it starts to feel as if there's static going on there. If you drag a release out over time, bulk it up with administrative notes, and then slam the door with an official looking memo that says completed, most people will emotionally file the entire thing under, well, this is resolved, so we should be fine. Even if nothing, and I mean nothing, resembling justice has ever happened. No accounts, no accountability, no arrest, no nothing, not a single thing. Even if the most damaging names remain shielded, even if the pattern of power protecting itself remains entirely intact. And it's so many wild, wacky things going on with these Epstein files that I'm confused about why it's even happening in the first place. Pam Bondi a while back said the list was sitting on her desk. She continually stated that the list is sitting right on my desk.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that.
We got the list, and I kid you not, it is literally just any name mentioned in the Epstein files. One woman's name was mentioned in there when Epstein was 17 years old, when he didn't do anything yet. He was 17, and that woman was alive and passed away when Epstein was 17. So there's no reason to put her name anywhere in here. This is just pointless to have her in here. Just any name they're concocting. This isn't a client list. This is just any name they can possibly find and scrunch together. It's dumb. What really corrupts my mind, brain, and spirit is the fact of the matter that they think this is it. They love pretending that decisions emerge from systems rather than people. Well, the system decided this. No, the system says release all the files. You, the people, the person said you're not going to release this. That's what's happening. Bureaucratic language is the most reliable way to launder responsibility until it looks like nobody actually touched the wheel. The review is complete. The documents have been processed. No further action is warranted. These are the findings of the... These are not findings. No, that's ridiculous. You have actively said amongst yourselves, hey guys, we don't have to release the rest of these files. Oh, we don't? Nah, we don't gotta. That's ridiculous. Why would we do that? That's stupid. Give the public what they want? When have we as the U.S. government ever done that? Never. We have to put more pressure on these people's necks. And I mean this with my whole chest. When the U.S. Department of Justice says, oh, they're done. No. Well, what they're really doing, and this is really insane, is asserting narrative control. Declaring completion is such a power move. I have climaxed. You don't need to. And you leave. That's insane. It's the power to say, conversation over. Don't feel like having this conversation. Bye. Get out of here. Even while the evidence screams that the story is still mid-sentence. It's disgusting. They're trying to manage memory, manage attention, manage public exhaustion until exhaustion, well, you're going to become compliant now that you're exhausted, right? Right, guys? Come on, no civil war, right? A while back, A&W released a 1/3 pounder burger. This was a combat to the 1/4 quarter burger, the quarter pounder. I don't know why I said 1/4. That's insane. McDonald's had a quarter pounder, and then A&W had a 1/3 pounder. Don't know why I'm mixing up words right now, confusing me. This lives in my brain because it showed that the public can't count, but it's a deeply insulting tactic to think that the public can't count because we just don't know fractions. We can count up. We like big numbers. We just don't know about small numbers and fractions. We can notice the missing millions. You don't give me my extra million, we're going to have a problem. What? Are you stupid? Why would they do that? Are you trying to train people over time to say, oh, if you're curious, you're paranoid? Are you stupid? No, don't do that. 3.5 million pages. Say it out loud. Feel how heavy it is. Feel how it lands in the chest as if it's proof of effort. Then ask the question that weight was designed to crush. What is in the other 2.5 million? What's in the other half? What's in the other part? That is the only question that matters. And the fact that it feels uncomfortable to ask, that it feels almost grateful, almost conspiratorial, is the measure of how well the tactic worked. Well, I'm going to call my state representative about 100 times today, so you guys can do that as well. You can go ahead and force them to do that. I'm going to bother them. I'm in Michigan. If you'd like to join me in calling your state representatives, go crazy. If you need the number to the state representative for Michigan, it is on screen. As a matter of fact, you can find all these numbers easily on Google. Very easy to find. I'm going to begin calling my state representative hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of time over until something is done, even if I have to have the same conversation over and over again, because I got free time. I'm basically unemployed besides YouTube, so enjoy me being very annoying today, state representatives, whoever you might be. And they can't block your number, by the way. That's illegal. So yeah, have a fun time doing that. Have a lovely day or night wherever you're at. I'm out. Peace. Bye.
I'm your Nick and night, be my Laurel. happy to try what you need.
Your world, I love to live in it.
Ooh, I love the ride when you're free.